Hey guys. So I've been asked about Overwatch 2 a lot as somebody who put roughly 7 to 800 hours in Overwatch 1, even though that doesn't sound like a lot. I've been playing FPS games since I was like 6. So any competitive FPS game I can get my hands on, I'll play it. I did do a lot of Call of Duty back in the day, Counter-Strike 1.3, 1.6, CSGO, uh, Doom, Quake. I played it all. So let's talk about Overwatch 2. Should you try it out? Um, I would say absolutely. It's free to play. Um, Everything in the game is cosmetic. There's no advantages to having a better skin or anything like that. So I think in that regard, it's great. Um, However, there are major cons when it comes to Overwatch 2. Now, one of the biggest changes is that the format went from 6 characters versus 6 characters to 5 versus 5. This is not necessarily a con, but it completely changes the way that the game is played. So, in this case, you will have one tank, you will have two uh, damage dealers and two healers, which eh, the dynamic is just different. I can't say it's bad, it's just different. But some people are going to hate it. Like I've heard people that say like, "Hey, I just hate this play style. Everything feels way too fast," and that's fine. Because um, one of the big things about Overwatch 1 is that it was somewhat slower paced because of the fact that uh, you would have to melt down one tank, then advance, then it was a whole thing, right? So you would have basically a main tank like Reinhardt, Orisa, Sigma, and then you would have an off tank, which would be usually the Hamster, the Wrecking Ball, Winston, who would like go for the healers in the back line, and um, there would be Zarya as your off tanks and things of that nature. So in that regard, it is very different, very different. Even though the game is going to feel super familiar to you, the importance of a tank and the responsibilities of a tank is going to be much different now. Now, getting that out of the way, the the shooting, the abilities, all of that feels pretty good. There has been a lot of balance changes that have been made, and in my opinion, most of the changes are good. Um, there are some characters that definitely need to be rebalanced. They're working on getting. I think Genji is actually getting a nerf. Zarya is getting a nerf. There's going to be a couple more characters that so far seem way too strong for the meta, and I think it's fair to say that it is. There's definitely it's one thing when there's a meta, like like Ashe, for example, right now is meta. She's really strong overall, but she's not broken, right? You still need to hit your shots. You still need to know what you're doing. But when it comes to like Zarya is busted right now, and she just melts everything. And she's if you know what you're doing, it's really hard to die as Zarya, which in the past was not the case. It was actually it was very easy to die as Zarya if you misstep. Um, Now, regarding healers, I think healers are in a really good spot because most of them can defend themselves, and also they are squishy enough to where they're not busted doing damage all the time. Moira was a big example back in the day, and I think even though Moira is still really strong, I think she's in a good place. Then you have obviously, let me actually show you guys some characters. There are 3 new characters. We have Junker Queen, and here are some of the abilities. She has a shotgun, right? She's got a little shotgun. Then she has a, I think this is a, yeah, so grants temporary health and movement speed to yourself and allies. So it's like a rally cry. Then you have Carnage, which is wounds all enemies in front of you, dealing damage over time. So this is a slash with her knife thing. So she will basically apply a bleed. And then you have her right click, which is either going to stick to a character, or if I do it here and then I pull it, is going to move the character towards me and apply a slight bleed, right? So it can be either a good amount of damage, or it can stick to the enemy and pull him towards me, right? And then you can like combo it, right? So that's that. That's Junker Queen. So she's pretty versatile. Really good for attacks side things. And then we have a Sojourn, which is a DPS that's, I think, currently busted. I think she definitely needs a nerf. So basically the way she works is you will charge up her right click, and then if you right click, it does like massive damage depending on how charged your shit is. So you will charge it, and then you can one shot a lot of the different characters, right? So you will charge it up, and then you get it. Then her ult is basically going to be a constant charge off your right click, so you can still shoot. There you go. So that's gonna be her ult. She has like a little orb that slows and does damage over time, and then she has a dash that gives her like a boost up, right? So that's Sojourn. I think she's pretty fun. I don't know how far they can nerf her, because she might be like just an inferior pick compared to Soldier, which is, you know, a really solid overall character that's been in the game forever. And then finally we have Kiriko, which is a healer. So Kiriko has a little I forgot what these are called. Stilettos? They're not stilettos. There's kunai, right? I think they're called kunai. Or maybe it says it here. Yeah, kunai. So she throws objects. Her left click is going to heal. It's solid, but it's not great. So the way that her heal works is like basically I can let these guys get like damage, and then I can just hold left click and it's going to heal them both. She has a pretty good escape with she has a teleport, so I can like go through walls and get to my teammates pretty easily, which is cool. So she's mobile. Her kunai does a lot of damage, but it's it takes a while to shoot. And as I said, you can use this to teleport and escape quickly. I think she's in a good spot. However, I do think that she could use some sort of a buff for her healing. As you can see, her ult gives her attack speed and movement speed in this little area, which is super cool. It's a really good buff, and I'm glad that supports that are getting some AoE boost like the Junker Queen's what do you call it, rally cry or whatever it is. So those are the new characters. I think they're in a good spot. They're nothing. I like the direction that they're going in, you know, character creation. I think they have more freedom to be to try new things out and see how they work, right? So I think that's really cool. Now that's regarding new characters. There's one stupid fucking thing that I hate, is that you still, like, if you don't press J or join the team voice chat during the character select, you have to go escape, social, then join, which is fucking bullshit, and I hate it. That's like my little gripe about it. And then obviously there is the talk about the battle pass and everything regarding that, which is fucking bullshit and it's annoying. So let's just go over it. Honestly, we can just do it right now. So The battle pass basically replaces all the loot boxes. Now this is great because loot boxes were predatory in a way, and there was a lot of uh, things that were wrong with loot boxes, and I really don't think that they should be a thing. But then they made the battle pass. Like I've been playing a solid chunk of Overwatch, and I only made it to level 36. And then there's still a ton of grind that needs to be done in order to get to like the last level, right? And they give you enough time, but you have to play a lot, and you have to play every day, and that's kind of shitty. Like I don't like that. And basically, like if you miss out on this, like yeah, you're fucked. Like it's hard to compare, but imagine a MMORPG that you devote your life to, and like they punish you for not doing daily quests, right? That's what you can compare it to. And in the regards of the battle pass, I really don't know what's a good way to solve all these issues. um do you just put everything at a certain price, it's just it's not a good system. And it started because of mobile games, and mobile gaming is bigger than ever. There's the mobile gaming industry is bigger than movies and music industry and PC and console industry probably altogether, um, which is great for the companies that do gaming on the mobile, but it just sucks for the end consumer because you need to spend so much money just to enjoy certain aspects of the game, even though it's mostly cosmetic. Then a couple other things. You will see that now you can have weapon charms, right? So if I go here, we have collectibles. We have like little emotes that can be for any character, and then you also have a weapon charm now, which these I do think they're pretty cool. And you can buy some of them with credits. You can buy some of them with uh, you can buy some of them with regular credits. So these are called legacy credits, or you can buy them with Overwatch coins, which is basically like 100 equals to $1. Unless you're buying bigger quantities, they give you some sort of a bonus. So long story short, should you play Overwatch 2? I think definitely give it a go. The dynamic is going to be different. The gameplay is going to be much faster. There's going to be a lot more on the way, on the shoulders of tanks and healers, compared to Overwatch 1. Um, but yeah, I think it's worth trying and just see for yourself. Honestly, like I've been having a ton of fun, even though it's frustrating. Um, but it's good to be back and to play Overwatch. I think the characters are very interesting in this game, and the skill ceiling is very high, so that's always fun to me. Uh, it, like I would recommend it to everybody for the sake of it being free to play. Now, if it was pay to play, like if it was like $20 or $40, I would be very, very cautious on who I would recommend it to, right? But if it's free to play, like the only thing you have to lose at this point is your time. And playing a video game in your free time is it's just it's fun, right? Like why wouldn't you do it, So yeah, see for yourself, guys. Just download it, play a couple games, see how you feel about it, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any comments or questions regarding Overwatch 2 that I didn't go over. Obviously, I'm not gonna go over every single detail and change that's been happening in the game, but I hope this gives you a rough idea of, hey, should I invest some of my time and play this game? So feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Maybe I do a little montage for Overwatch 2. Who knows? But until the next time, have a wonderful night. Bye.